So here's what the shoes look like before I started my little project. Stay tuned. Hello YouTube. I can't say this is going to be an instructional video because I've never done this before, and I've basically researched it yesterday to see what the procedures are for trying to paint a synthetic type shoe. So I got these at Winners for like I think $25 or $30. They're actually pretty nice. The color is decent, but I want to go for like a custom blue. So I think I'm gonna paint them white first. You know, I saw online that you don't really have to do that, but I think what I'm gonna do is just give it a small little base coat of white so that the blue will pop even more. So what I'm gonna do first, I think, is take some of my acrylic white paint, pop it down in my old chicken container, because, you know, other than painting shoes, I like to cook chicken. So I have some paint in there, not nearly enough. I'm gonna dilute it with a little bit of water. Like I said, never done this before, so it's gonna be trial and error. Hopefully I have a good editing program on my iPad, because I've never done anything like this before. Hopefully it turns out all right. I think I'm gonna need more of everything from what I was told and what I read and saw online. It's supposed to be some sort of premium material, and it's not looking that way so far. So yeah, I'm gonna plop down some more of this acrylic white paint, which, you know what, I got at Walmart for I think like $5. All the stuff here I pretty much got from Walmart except for the shoes. I don't want to spend that much because, you know, it's an experiment and I don't know if it's going to work, and I can see right now that this thing is not really working, so I'm going to stick it over there, use a brush, and hopefully the consistency of the brush will help mix the paint, and it is. Look at that, eh? So basically one of my good friends paints shoes, airbrushes shoes. I'm not artistic at all, to be honest. I can't paint, can't draw. I used to be able to draw Stick Snoopy back in the day, but even that has waned as I've gotten older. But I figured I'm just doing one color, and I'm hoping that it turns out okay. I do have a backup plan. If it doesn't turn out all right, and I still like the shoes, Winners has a couple more in the 13 that I got yesterday, so I'm not really stressing too much. So I mixed the white paint with the water. It looks like the consistency is basically what I wanted. I don't really know what the proportions are. You saw how much I put on there. Mix it with a little bit of water. I think if I put this on this shoe, it will actually take. So hopefully this will work out decently. All right. Like I said, I've never done this before. I'm just gonna roll through kind of quick-ish. And if I have editing software, that's great. I think I have something on the iPad. If I don't, well, this is gonna be a long video. And I'll just post little tabs of, you know, what's what, where I taped it, which I did it before, which is the most important part. And you can fast forward to the parts that you're boring, you don't want to see. So you just want to see the end product, like I always do with the videos. I usually skip this part unless it's something that I really want to learn how to do, but, you know, mixing white paint with water, really not that exciting. So I'm just going to see, yikes, I've never done this before, and I don't want to ruin these shoes, but you know what? I'm going to try, whatever. What's the worst that can happen, right? All right, so it's going on pretty well so far. I'm gonna try not to put too much on. I'm gonna be kind of sparing with the white, because I don't want it to, oh shoot, I forgot the most important step. They said you're supposed to stuff the shoe with something. Oh well, to hold the shape and such, because it could, you know, restrict. But, you know what, whatever. I guess that's something that maybe I'll do on the next pair. Anyway, this is going on pretty well. I think I mixed way too much white because I don't think I'm going to need this much, to be honest. I think that I got to put it on a little more sparingly. I don't want it to be too thick and then it not come through. That didn't make any sense, but whatever. Like I said, I'm new to this whole thing, so bear with me. Or don't. I really don't expect anyone to watch this other than my anyone who finds it by accident. So I'm not really concerned with appearances. However, I do have my SpongeBob hat on because I did like SpongeBob a lot back in the day. And I did enjoy the Los Pollos experience. I love me some chicken, and I like Breaking Bad, so, you know, one of my friends got me this cool apron. It's supposed to be for cooking, but, I mean, to be straight, I don't really cook with an apron, but I thought it would be kind of cool for this, you know, whatever. Visually, with the SpongeBob yellow and this yellow as well, that might be kind of interesting. I'm sure I'll get some funky comments, or none, because, you know what? Maybe nobody will see this video, which is, as I said, fine by me. So this is going on well. I think I'm using way too much, so I'm not going to use any more. I'm just going to spread what I've already put on the shoe to other places on the shoe. Make sure I get all the little nooks and crannies in here, all the little holes. I forget what the technical term is for them, what, mullions maybe? I don't know, I think that's for curtains, but whatever. But yeah, so it's going on all right. It's kind of thick over here, so I need to move it around a bit, otherwise it's never going to dry and I'll never be able to paint it blue, which would be a tragedy. And people would probably laugh their butts off, because what is this guy doing painting a perfectly good shoe a different color? Oh well. Alright, it's going on well. Like I said, the tongue is probably the easiest part to do. Don't need to keep the logo there because I don't care. And I'll probably just fast forward this part anyway. So I don't know why I'm talking, because I'm talking to myself, which I guess is okay. As long as you don't respond, I was told it's okay to talk to yourself. But I'm responding, so back. Oh well. And upon reviewing the first video I did, I noticed that my head was chopped off for most of it. But who cares? You guys are supposed to be watching what I'm doing. It doesn't matter if you can see my face or not. I moved it up a little bit just so it doesn't look like a talking mouth with no head. So anyway, I put the shoes outside in the nice breeze for a couple hours, and it turned out fine. I just wanted a little bit of white, didn't want it too thick, and it's fine. So what I've done is I put a little bit of stuffing in here, because the inside is still a little bit more wet because it's a little more spongy, and I probably shouldn't have done so much on the inside. But the exterior is ready to be done. So I was trying to decide between cobalt blue and ultramarine blue. Two very different, both lovely colors. I think I'm going to go with the cobalt blue. As you can see, you put it in the, I'm using a little glass bowl this time because the whole chicken container thing just wasn't working for me. As you can see, hopefully you can see, it's a pretty rich color. I wouldn't mind doing it just like that, but it's a little bit dark. And if I have any aspiration of this turning into a light blue, I'm going to have to mix it with a little bit of white. And, you know, the lighter the shoe, the more outfits it goes with. And, you know, it's all about the outfit choices. So I've learned also online that if you're going to mix it, mix the whole big batch, because you're never going to be able to mix the same color twice. Well, I can't, because I don't really know what I'm doing. So I put some blue in here. I'm going to put some white in, but I think if I'm going to stick with the blue straight up, I'm going to put a little bit more in. And then I'm going to put in some white just to chase some of the blue so it gets a little bit lighter. I got a bit too much white in there, just a little bit on top. I'll probably have to add some more because, you know, I don't really know what I'm doing. But I'm going to try mixing it around and see what kind of blue I get. Hopefully it's a little lighter than the original. It's a little bit lighter, but I can see I'm going to have to put a heck of a lot more white. So it took me about 15 minutes to get the blue that I think I wanted. I actually went outside to check it in the sun because nothing better than the sunshine to illuminate the color. And it looks darker in here, but it's much lighter outside, so I think this is the one I'm going to stick with. And if you're not sure, just like do a little swatch on the cardboard or whatever you have around just to make sure, just to give yourself an idea of how dark you're progressively getting when you add the white paint. At least that's what I did. So I'm going to try to see if I can actually paint this without getting any paint brush marks. And I think that's probably going to be my biggest challenge because I don't really have a technique other than plopping it on and seeing what happens. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to start slow with the toe here and see what happens. Hopefully it turns out all right. I'm going to actually go this way because the tape looks like it's having some issues. So I'm going to go up from the tape and dab forward. Looks like the color is all right so far. And I'm glad I put the white on because the color is popping really nicely, even though, you know, I didn't do the greatest of jobs with the white, but at least it shows up better than it would have right on the original color. So as you can see, it's coming on quite well, in my opinion anyway. I'm going to do small, short strokes, and when it's done, I will come back. Okay, so the first coat turned out pretty well. In my opinion, it turned out pretty well. Color is, it's a nice, rich color. I can see I need to do another coat, and I think that will suffice. I think 2 coats will be fine. And then I will spray a matte sealant on it, and it should be fine. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it looks all right. Not bad for a first time for a dude who has no clue what he's doing. All right, well, I'm gonna finish up the next coat on both of these shoes, then I'll spray it, then I'll let you guys see what you think about the final product. But I'm already happier than I was with the original color, so I'm already all good. All right, so it's all done. I ended up doing 3 coats just because I have paint left over, and I, figured why not. So when I was at Walmart, I actually came across these cool little painter's fine tip pens. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's some stitching going this way here on both sides, and then from here over here. I'm thinking about taking the white pen paint, or white paint pen, or whatever you want to call it, and just going within the stitching to kind of give it a white outline. I'm gonna see how it looks. If it looks bad, I'll just paint it over with the blue, but I think it might be all right. And I was actually messing around with maybe putting my initials on the side here to kind of make it my own. I don't know. Something I was thinking about, because I guess it is my creation. So I'm gonna try that out, see what it looks like, and I'll show you guys and see what happens. All right, well, I'm done, and I'm pretty happy with the way they turned out. Like, I ended up doing the white accents, like I said, with my little weird pen. And, yeah, I mean, for the first time, it's not bad. I mean, I could have done a better taping job, but considering it was my first go, it wasn't bad. So I got the blue with the white accents. Yes, I did put my initial on it, because why not? It's my creation. But they turned out all right, I think. Color's nice. Yeah, I don't know. The initials aren't exactly the same because, hey, I never do my initials the same twice. But yeah, it turned out all right. So, thanks a lot for the 3 people that are watching that are probably my relatives. I had a good time. It was fun. And if you have any questions or you want to know about any of the materials I used, feel free to leave me a message and I will respond. Thanks once again. Okay, so I guess I'm not really done. I forgot the last and most important step. Well, I didn't forget, but I just wasn't going to show it, but I guess I probably should. It's a clear acrylic sealer. It's matte finish. Mod Podge, got it at Walmart for $10. Basically, everything is dry, so what I'm going to do is take it outside and spray it. You hold it very, very, maybe 10 to 12 inches away. Spray it very, very lightly. And I'm going to probably do 2 or 3 coats. Basically, this just seals all the paint in so that no moisture, water, dirt can actually get on it, so you can actually wipe it off and not worry about the paint coming off. I searched this yesterday and I found it, and apparently that's what people have used to help seal in the colors to make them stay as long as possible. It's waterproof, so the water won't have any effect on the acrylic paint. And you can actually wipe it down with water, so I would highly recommend it. I guess this is probably the most important thing, because the last thing you want to do is have your little creations get ruined by some water or some dirt or what have you. So Mod Podge matte finish if you want the matte, which I did. They have a gloss as well, which I really wasn't feeling, I guess. I mean, I guess I could have tried it, but maybe on the next pair if I am ambitious again. But yeah, now I'm really done. Thanks, bye. And there's the final product.